Sakafet YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Let us make my gorgeous smothered chicken. Hello my darlings, it's so nice to have you back here in my kitchen for yet another amazing recipe. Today we're making some smothered chicken and we're using some drumsticks. Got my drumsticks that's cleaned with lemon juice and vinegar, went in with some oil, some salt. Gonna also add in some paprika for color, gonna add in some mixed herbs. Like to add in my garlic powder as well, followed by my spice jamaica all-purpose seasoning. I have a giveaway coming up in a couple of days. I'll share that with you guys shortly. And then I also like to add in some celery powder because I just think it gives it such a nice taste. It's optional, of course. Then I'm going to use this spoon and try to mix it up. I've got white tips, and honestly I don't really want the seasonings to go underneath it too much, and I've run out of gloves, so you know what, I'm just going to use a spoon today. However, you can feel free to push your hand in there, massage, rub it in. Just make sure you get that chicken nicely seasoned. Once it's nicely seasoned, I don't have much time today, so I'm going to give this about 10 minutes to rest. Okay, about 10 minutes, nothing much, but in that 10 minutes preheat your oven to 180 degrees, of course, and then we're going to go ahead and place them in a baking dish. Look at how good this looks. Using my Pyrex dish, I went in with a little drop of oil, and then here I have got some freshly chopped seasonings, so some onions, garlic, red and green bell pepper, and then you just want to make sort of like a bed at the bottom of that tray. Okay, so line up all those seasonings at the bottom because you're going to be placing the chicken on top. I find that the chicken, can absorb all of that flavor and everything, and then all of the onions and everything can caramelize at the bottom. However, I find that if you put the chicken first and seasonings on top, it can tend to burn very easily. Okay, so hence the reason why I'm putting the seasonings on the bottom. And we're going to be using these seasonings later on. You'll see anyway. Once the chicken has been placed on there like that and it looks so good, go ahead and pop it into the oven for about an hour. I like to give mine at least 30 minutes and check on it, and then come back and check on it again in another 30 minutes. And this is literally how I do it. I also don't cover it. However, you can cover it for 30 minutes and then leave it uncovered for 30 minutes. It's really up to you, but it's drumsticks. It cooks really quickly. Okay. So after about 40-45 minutes in the oven, this is how it looks. This chicken is actually cooked already, as you can see, but we're going to be placing it in the sauce later for another 5-10 minutes, so it's going to get a little extra something. But yeah, in the pan, going with some butter, let it melt, and then I also went in and chopped in a little bit more onions and the peppers, and I'm just going to let that saute in the butter for a couple of minutes again. Season lightly with a little garlic and some all-purpose seasoning. Okay, and mix that in well. Then I'm also going to go in with a heaping tablespoon of plain flour, because this is how we're going to make our sauce. And then all of that juice and flavor from the bottom of the tray, we're going to go ahead and pour that in there. I also like to add in some water as well from the kettle if the sauce is not much. And again, you could also add as much liquid as you want. Make as much of the sauce that you want, okay, but just adjust the seasonings as you go along. So now that my sauce is ready, make sure you taste for flavor. Of course, I'm going back in with my chicken pieces. What I did remove it from the tray before pouring all of that leftover juices and gravy and everything in the pan. Go back in and add it in, and then you just want to smother it in the sauce. Again, you can make as much or as little sauce as you like. I know my boys don't really fancy the peppers and all that stuff too much, so they pretty much would like the chicken dry. I'll probably just have to take one out, just put it on the plate like that, because they're not really a fan of all of these chopped peppers and stuff. As long as they can see it, they don't like it. Are my kids the only ones? Honestly. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cover this up with some gravy. I have my oven on still because I'm gonna be popping that back into the oven for another 5-10 minutes or so, just for a little extra color. And listen, you don't have to do this. Again, you can cover it up, you can pop in the oven. It's entirely up to you. But the chicken's been cooking for 45 minutes. It's almost ready. I've popped it in the sauce for another 5 minutes or so. I'm gonna put it in the oven for 10 minutes, and this is literally going to be ready. But it looks so good. The sauce, the gravy is so thick and nice, and I know you can see it doesn't have much, but again, adjust it to your preference. I only added a cup of water and about half a cup of the gravy from the tray, so you can go ahead and add 2 cups, adjust the seasonings, make it your own. This kitchen is yours. So yes, darlings, look at that, a little up close magic. So good. Once it comes out of the oven, it's gonna come out looking even more beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and plate it up as well. And yes, darlings, also garnish with parsley, because you know that's my finishing touch, right? Some parsley goes such a long way and we love it. Now to serve this up, I'm gonna be going in with some steamed carrots and some spinach, rice and coconut milk. I already have the recipe for the spinach, rice and coconut milk. I'll leave it down below in the box for you to check it out. And whoo, guys, this was so good. Dinner on a Friday night, less than an hour. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I really hope you enjoy the recipe. Try it soon. Let me know what you think about it. It has been a pleasure having you here in my kitchen, of course, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.